Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the second channel here. Been a while since I posted, but I've been really busy recently. Let me get this out the way. I've just been studying and working, and kind of doing a lot over on the main channel to just make sure the content is as good as possible. And on top of that, I'm just trying to find time to relax as well between all of it. So I apologize for not being as active on here as I've planned. I do want to change that. I do want to get more videos out. I do want to play like MK1, MKX, For Honor, or random shit. I'm probably gonna play Marvel Rivals on this channel as well, because I have a lot of fun with that. For those of you who don't know, or most of you who probably had no idea, I actually started this YouTube channel by uploading a few Overwatch videos with some of my friends, and that was like the kickoff to my YouTube journey over there. Those videos, not very proud of them. I'll probably put them up as public at some point way later down the line, just kind of like just to look back at them. But regardless, I am a huge fan of that kind of style of game, and so I did get Marvel Rivals. It's free, why not? And I have been having an absolute fucking blast with it. Ton of fun. I do like it, so probably expect a few videos on it over here on this channel soon, probably eventually. I do want to try and be more consistent here, as well as just kind of get things more consistent and fleshed out over on the main channel, kind of just figuring out as I go along. But now that that's out the way, here's what I'm actually making this video for. I wanted to give my thoughts on the Mortal Kombat 1 leak. I'm a little late to this, about all future content being canceled. And so it's coming from a very credited leaker on Reddit, Fate Unknown. He has been correct multiple times in the past. He's not known for being, making fake leaks or anything. He's usually pretty spot on and accurate. And so screenshot here is somebody asking about Combat Pack 3, if it's even going to be coming, and he says no, just point blank, nothing extra. He says no, that it will not be coming, and supposedly that WB is scrapping, not NRS, WB will be scrapping any future Mortal Kombat like content, because of this this thread up on Reddit here, where it says deleted here. I was a little late to finding this to get the screenshot, and I couldn't find the original photo, but this is also Fate Unknown, I'm pretty sure. And he says Combat Pack 3 and a second story expansion were planned, all of which canceled early recently. So no more characters after Combat Pack 2. A cameo or two might make it because they've already been working on them, and so you may as well finish it out and pump it out. But he says he doesn't know yet. Thanks for the info. Any ideas why they canceled? He says they canceled Chaos Reigns sold poorly, and I'm not really surprised by that at all, given the circumstances of MK1 and the launch and its reception. So many things has just gone wrong with MK1, and has continued to go wrong to the point where I've been a huge Mortal Kombat fan my entire life. I grew up on this shit, man. I remember, I think the first Mortal Kombat game I ever bought and played was Deadly Alliance, and then I played Armageddon, and I have a lot of great memories playing Armageddon. And then I was, absolutely shocked when MK9 came out. I was never really expecting that, that after the events of Armageddon. I thought, MK was kind of kaput, and to get rebooted and come back at MK9, and MK9 was amazing. MKX is the best Mortal Kombat game ever, in my opinion. And then MK11, they've delivered on every single game, despite my gripes with the NRS story. The game itself has always been full of content and great characters, and it's always been really fleshed out, and just never really predatory in the microtransactions or anything. It's always seemed fair. It's always been fun, and it's always been great. And it's a franchise I've always loved. And NRS really was a studio that I had full trust in, and that they were going to constantly put out quality product that I would love from the get-go and off rip, you know. But then MK1 came out, and to say it was underwhelming would be an understatement, because I get it, and after like that honeymoon phase, for the first time in any really MK game that I've played, I found myself to be bored, and I wasn't really enjoying it, other than the gameplay and other than making combos and being in practice mode. I'll tell you, I'm a practice mode fucking nut. I love being in practice mode to wow, voice crack, to make combos and to, you know, just try out some bullshit, that see if it's possible or not, and I just have a lot of fun doing it. NRS has been really good about this kind of thing, you know, making the game look great. And another positive is obviously the gameplay, and I've been praising the gameplay ever since MK1 dropped. The gameplay has by far been the best thing about the game, which is really why I've been able to play it for as long as I have, is because the gameplay is so good. I could be really creative. There's so many different things that I can do between the character and cameo combinations and combos and everything. Like, it always feels like there's something new to discover, and that's great. The issue is the lack of content in which that I have to express that creative ability through combos and everything. It just really sucked. When the game first dropped, you had invasions, which got really boring really quickly after maybe like a week, and there really just wasn't a lot to earn either. I have not felt the need to master a character. I think that's what it's called, to like reach max level on character mastery. I just haven't felt the need to do that, not even with Xiao, and I love Xiao. And like, yeah, I have spent some extra cash on the game, but like, I honestly don't ever really feel good about doing it, and so I've just kind of stopped. I have not bought Chaos Reigns yet, and it went on sale for Black Friday, and honestly, I didn't really feel compelled to buy it there either, because I was like, well, how often am I going to be playing Mortal Kombat 1 outside of just here and there? Really, outside of that, like, I just don't feel driven to play the game, and that really is why I stopped making Mortal Kombat 1 content consistently. I just couldn't see myself going through playing the game damn near every single day, getting better every single day, making content for it every single day, because I just haven't really been my happiest playing it. But again, getting past all of that and my experience with it, it does hurt. It really does make me sad to see future content getting canceled. Like, this is never something I would have expected from NRS and a Mortal Kombat game, the biggest fighting game ever. I'm going to tell you right now, Mortal Kombat has been at the top of the fighting game food chain for as long as I could remember, really. And to see the drop off from MK11, which sold more than MKX, when I think X is the better game. MK11 sold more because there was more content. Like, MK11 was a great game. It really was. It is, you know. And yeah, I didn't like the slower pace of MK11, but it was good. It was done really well, and it was still really fun. It's still fun to play. I posted a collector video not all that long ago, I don't think, but you know, I have, like, they've been great, and to go from MK11 being one of the highest selling MK games, if not the highest selling MK game ever, to drop off to where MK1 is now is so unbelievably sad, and it hurts, dude. It hurts to see that we're not getting more, especially, once again, you know, I know Ed Boon said it, and I know Ed Boon doesn't have a whole lot of say when it comes to the decision making here at Mortal Kombat. But he said, like he said for MK11, I know he said the same thing too. He wanted it to be the longest supported Mortal Kombat game yet, and unfortunately, MK11, COVID happened. That's like totally understandable why it would end up getting super slow, and why they decided to scrap the continuing of the content and move on to their next project, just because of how big and how tough COVID made everything for everybody. And so you can give them a pass there, and it's like, all right, that's fine. But then MK1 comes out, and here we are, where it's getting canceled again after Combat Pack 2, and we're not even close to 2 years into this game's life cycle. That is sad. That is extremely sad. Like, just to see it end so early and to not be supported anymore. And I get it, it's probably mostly WB pushing them, you gotta add this, to try and milk every dollar from every player they possibly can, trying to use the MK IP to, just suck the money out of the fans. And that's been a common trend in a lot of games recently. But I am glad to, deep down, for as sad as I am that it's been happening to one of my favorite franchises ever, I'm also glad that these strategies are failing. We're kind of seeing it more often. I think that consumers are, really starting to know, like, all right, I'm not going to pre-order a game. I'm not going to just, fall for the hype of the advertising. I'm going to wait until the game comes out and then make my decision then. And then decide whether I'm going to buy it and spend more money on it or something. And so I'm happy to see games like, just off the top of my head, Concord fucking flopped, which, $40 for that generic ass piece of shit. Like, come on. Then you got X Defiant recently getting shut down. And unfortunately now I'm under the impression that MK1 is going to be on the chopping block pretty soon. And honestly, like, how could I'm not surprised. I'm upset. I'm not really surprised, because if someone like me, as big a fan as I am, is not buying the Chaos Reigns DLC despite even going on sale, I'm sure I'm not the only one. And so they're probably just not making a whole lot of money off the game, not nearly as much as I thought they would, but they deserve it. They really do. There was a shitty launch. There's been little to no content until Chaos Reigns. I feel like Chaos Reigns, everything that came with it, we finally got the full fucking game, because only then did we get online practice mode, and only then did we get more towers, and it finally feels like this is where the game should have been when MK1 launched. So I don't know if MK1 just wasn't ready and WB forced them to push it out to try and compete with like Street Fighter 6, or if that's just whatever happened, right? That's just the way they wanted to do it. Then either way, it's just not good, So, but yeah, I just kind of expected it, and unfortunately, like, I really did try to like get a few of my friends involved in MK1 as well, but I couldn't convince any of them to buy it because they were seeing the reviews, they were seeing everything that came out about it. I was honest with them too. I told them, yeah, really, the best thing about the game is the gameplay, and I even advised them, like, hey, don't even buy the game unless it's like on sale, and so that's kind of where that went. And it was even harder to convince my friends to buy the game and play with me without the online practice mode, because we'd like to go into practice mode. I'd like to teach them and show them a few things, and like, in today's day and age where nobody's really going into each other's houses to play locally, and it's just more convenient, especially with the distance between friends. And I personally don't really have a whole lot of online friends, but like, for those of you who do, I'm sure it's been a pain in the ass as well. I mean, really, otherwise you'd have to go into actual matches and deal with the timer and deal with, like, if your friend's trying to practice a combo on you and your health bar runs out, like, they don't get a chance to finish the combo or whatever the case is, and it's like, okay, it's possible to try and practice with them and teach them things, but at the same time, it's just like, I'd like to do that. Like, it's just a casual, fun thing that I'd like to do with my friends, to teach them and show them the ropes, and I just couldn't do that. And without that, I really struggled to convince my friends at all to play the game, and so that never happened. None of my friends have bought it. I've been the only one to have played MK1 out of anybody I used to play Mortal Kombat with. All of them are playing Street Fighter, though, so I have Street Fighter. I'm sure you guys know off my channel, but I have Street Fighter, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. And yeah, no, Capcom's not the greatest when it comes to the predatory microtransactions and whatnot, but it's definitely a whole lot fucking better than what MK1 is, honestly, even still. So again, I'm not really surprised at the content being canceled. I am really upset about it because there's so much potential here, and unfortunately that's just kind of a theme for Mortal Kombat. There's a lot of potential, a lot of things that they could have done better, we could have been in a much different place if they had just continued to pour their passion into it and not be corrupted by WB and their shit ass decision making. And so I don't want to put 100% blame on NRS, because I'm sure that the higher ups at WB just forced them to do a lot of shit they didn't want to do, and unfortunately that's what happened. But luckily it seems like as of recently, consumers are learning their lesson and not rewarding these companies for doing stupid shit like that. So hopefully we're on a better trajectory, and if MK1 truly is being canceled and there's going to be nothing more coming outside of a few extra cameos, then whatever, man. It is what it is. I hope that the next project, whether it's Injustice 3 or another MK game, MK13, then I really hope that they go back to what was working, what was making them money, what was fun and full of life and content. I hope they go back to that, go back to what was working in MK11 and MKX, and just try and brush off this blemish that is MK1 off of their record. So, and when that day comes, bet your ass I'll be there. So I still love this franchise, I really do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be talking about it so much, whether it's negatively or positively. I do want people to know that. A lot of my video essays over on the main channel will be mostly negative because it's just I'm disappointed in the way the story events have turned out, and so I'd like to talk about them. But over here, I'm disappointed at the way MK1 in general has turned out and where the trajectory looks like it's headed, for Mortal Kombat. And so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. And yeah, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you guys think? Do you agree with anything I said? Do you disagree? Do you think MK1's is better than what people are saying, or you think it's worse? I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to hear them, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.